So you want to be the best Palmon there ever was, huh? Well, today we are covering everything we know so far about Palworld. So stick around to be the best. Today we're going to be talking about what Palworld is, loads of small details that people don't know about the game, and sex? Sex? So first off, the obvious question, what is Palworld? Palworld is known as an open world, multiplayer crafting game. Pocket Pair, the team behind Craftopia, has announced Palworld, an open world multiplayer crafting game that allows you to collect and battle alongside creatures. As shown in its reveal trailer, these adorable animal pals look an awful lot like Pokemon. And here we have another screenshot. Steam actually says, in this game, you can peacefully live alongside mysterious creatures known as pals, or risk your life to drive off a ruthless poaching syndicate. Pals can be used to fight, or they can be made to work on farms or factories. You can even sell them or eat them. Yes, you heard me right. You can even sell them or eat them. Yeah, in short, Palworld is a mix between Ark Survival Evolved and Pokemon. So far in Palworld, we know the developers are aiming to release at least 100 pals with the aim for 140. One thing that makes this game entirely different from other games such as Pokemon is the ability to use guns in Palworld. No evolutions as far as what we know, and you can actually battle alongside your pal in the same fight. Up to this point, Pocket Pair have actually released 45 official pals into the pal deck. Whew. Okay, so now that we've got all of that basic stuff out the way, basic, I know, we're going to be looking at the first proper video with gameplay on Palworld so far. Okay, so this is tutorial number 1, how to catch a pal.
Inhabiting Palworld, but we won't be able to catch them like this. So how can we catch one?
Interesting, just
First,
like Pokemon.
Let's weaken the pal. Then throw a sphere.
Then throw a sphere. Okay. I've only watched this. You guys probably have as well. But in short, this shows the first game mechanics of Palworld. And so far, it looks pretty smooth, I must admit.
Palworld has a lot of weapons. We can use a bat. Or our fist.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, so far, as you can see,
is probably easier.
We will be using a lot of different weapons. I've actually got a screenshot here
guns,
of loads of different weapons. So I'll show that on the
infinite.
screen now.
Assault rifles are useful in team fights. Rocket launcher if the fighting is tough. Cleanup time.
Pretty good. Pretty
After
good.
weakening a pal, throw a spear, throw a spear, throw a spear, throw a spear.
So as you can see, if we just pause it, right there we go. So you can see here, we have got a capture chance. So it seems that you threw it quite further away, so it seems that the capture chance is a bit less. And not only that, but it seemed to be the more damage you deal, the more capture chance you have. And also, it will vary between each Pokemon as well, as you can see. Yeah, right here, you see that 50% chance. And that goes up to 68% chance. So I'm assuming, right, that's based off the range, how far they are. That begs the question then, did you notice at the start how it kind of deflects it as well? You guys watch here. So look, you see how that went from 8 to 9% chance as he got closer. And then it bounces off. I see. And you can see there, Chick Egg level 2 has repelled the sphere, hurt them more. There's a lot to this game. There's a lot to this game. Okay, so as you saw, there's a lot of interesting things in there. One thing to mention as well, which I kind of haven't really talked about, you don't actually get a starter. Now, I know this is a bit weird for people, but yeah, you literally don't get a starter. You start off, I think, with a weapon. Yeah, you start off with capture spheres, I'm assuming, and also a weapon to capture your first Pokemon. There are no starters in this game, so that's very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to show you another tutorial video now. This is actually probably a better one. Basically, it shows you how to raise pals. There is a lot of information in this video that I'm going to be showing you guys right now. Are you ready? Are you ready for me to press play? Are you sure? Are you sure you're ready? Okay, right, let's go. Yes.
Palworld is home to a large number of different pals.
Oh my god,
From
it looks
cool
so good.
pals to cute little pals. There are over 100 known species of pals
Over 100 known
throughout the world.
species.
Today, let's explore how to raise some of these pals.
Okay. So we have got right here a weapon wheel. Now, if you've ever played Ark, this kind of looks like Ark. So we've got command attack, command chase. So we can chase the pal, I guess, if it's over there. Command retreat. We can feed the Anubis. Emote? Can we emote or can the Anubis emote? that's my question. I'm assuming us, and we can pet Anubis, because it would say Anubis emote. Okay, so we can pet, we can feed, we can command. This is looking good so far.
No
So
matter
that's
how
like the
much
little
you
basic
shower
stuff.
your pal with love, it will never actually become stronger. Even if it might look strong, if its level is low, it'll be taken out in an instant by weaker pals.
Yeah, I see.
So how does it become stronger?
As you can see here as well, this is another thing that's very important. I actually had a look over this. You can see here on the right side, I don't know if they meant to put this in or not, but you can literally see what Anubis can work for. So as you can see here, there's kindling, planting, handiwork, lumbering, medicine production, transport, watering, generating electricity, gathering, mining, cooling, and farming. And that is the energy level, which I'm assuming the higher energy, the better they can work. This looks interesting. And then as you can see here, we've got a health bar and a food bar. And then you can see the stats here. So we've got attack, defense, and work speed. And if you look at the top, this is another interesting thing. There's definitely 1,000,000% going to be a Pokédex, which is called Paldeck, as you can see up here. We've also got technology. Don't know what that says. Inventory, guild. So you can make a guild together. And obviously options as well. And you can see here, you see these stars. We'll get into this later in the video. But you can actually feed loads of Anubises to one Anubis to level it up, which I'm assuming increases the stars. Now, one thing I'm not too sure about is CT. I don't know if that's like PP on Pokemon, which is like how many times you can use it. I don't know, but obviously it's power 25, which, you know, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's all we can get from this so far. And sanity as well, that's another thing. Interesting. That must be, the more you work, the more your sanity goes down. So if your sanity gets below like 0, you're not eligible to work.
Pals level up and become stronger by defeating other pals. For example, here we can see Anubis defeating the pal. And when it does, it levels up.
Okay. As you can see there as well. Do you see the damage diff there? What level is Anubis, I wonder?
Anubis defeating the pal.
But look at that, 132
And
damage.
when it does,
434 damage, god damn, and he's a level 6. So in short, if you want to, I would not use the bow.
Pulls up.
Okay, that's interesting.
Anubis' level has risen from 5 to 6, and it learned a new skill, Forceful Charge.
New skill, okay. So we've got the CT here, power 90. That was 600 damage with 25 power. That could be like 1,800 damage, right, in theory? Yeah, so as you can see here, this is actually a special skill specifically for Anubis. So I'm assuming each pal has a special skill as well. That's quite interesting to look at.
In this way, as the level increases, pals learn new skills.
Yep, makes sense.
Now let's level up one more time. And one more time. What's that? That's an unusual looking pal.
Yeah, so this pal, as you can see, is called Relaxasaurus Lux. I'm pretty sure Lux is an electric type. So the Relaxaurus are these guys right here, as you can see. This is kind of like a mutated one. A dragon type, one of these guys, and a lightning type has bred to make these guys. Now, obviously, this is just a natural occurrence, so we could walk around and see these guys everywhere. But if you wanted to actually make this pal, you could do that by breeding them two together, or you could just capture this guy straight up.
In Pal World, some pal have different attributes from normal species. They're not very common, and it doesn't always mean they're very strong. In addition to learning skills by leveling up, we can also teach skills to our pals by using skill fruit,
Yeah, so these are
which
the
we
skill
can find
fruits.
throughout the world.
So as you
Here's
can
one
see
here.
here, it says skill fruit, destruction beam. So this guy, this skill fruit right here, is destruction beam. Now, I'm not sure whether you can grab more than one skill fruit, because as you can see, there's two there.
Simply grab the skill
See that? We could grab another one. I don't know if we can or not. But
fruit,
this is kind of like
open your
TM's.
inventory, and teach it to a pal you'd like
There
to.
you go, destruction beam.
In this way, we can teach some new interesting skills to our pals that they might not learn by leveling up.
Look at that. That looks sick.
Pals also have partner skills unique to their species. For example, the pairing I'm currently riding has a buff that turns all my attacks into fire attacks.
That's pretty cool.
There are also equipment type pals. Some of these heal the player, and others allow you to use the firearms while riding them. Oh, there's a lucky pal!
Lucky pal, there it is. So that's just like a normal shiny pal. You know, one thing I do wish they add though, is because it's a shiny, I really hope they like change the color scheme of it instead of just make it glowy. It's still really cool though.
Those are very rare and very strong.
Very strong. Interesting. Good to know.
In addition to skills, we can also
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about before. Basically, in short, if we have loads of Anubises, we can increase the strength of these guys. So as you can see here, max health, attack, and defense is all going up. And also their passive ability by the looks of it. See how that's level 2 now? So as you can see, their partner skill right now is level 1. So the more souls we put into this, the higher the partner skill as well.
harvest the souls of pals to then enhance certain stats, further increasing pal strength.
Yeah, so you can choose there. You can choose
Souls
between
of pals
attack.
to then enhance certain stats, further
Right here, you can choose between max health, attack, defense, and work speed.
increasing pal strength. We can also make pals together to try creating new unique pals that are even stronger than before. In this way, pals training is pretty deep. Adventuring throughout the world, training and perfecting the ultimate pals, this is what Palworld is all about. We hope you will have a lot of fun raising your pals in Palworld.
It
Goodbye!
does look good. It looks so good. Oh. Okay, so we've had a brief little overview over both of the tutorials. Now I'm going to be talking about what's actually being confirmed. This is actually disappointing saying this because I love this. In January, this game is dropping and there will be no PvP. I don't know for how long, but it has been confirmed we cannot fight other players on release. Kind of sad, I know. But that's alright. I'm sure it'll come out in like a month or so. It won't take too long, I'm sure. Okay, and as you saw in one of the trailers, Palworld will likely be launched with a biome system. So there'll be different biomes like volcanoes, there'll be a winter biome, a grassland, a sand biome. Loads of different biomes will be implemented into this game. And on top of that, there'll also be rural areas and villages around the map for trading purposes and maybe even battling purposes, although this hasn't been confirmed. There are also confirmed 3 different types of pals other than normal pals. So there's alpha pals, which alpha pals, also known as bosses, are huge pal variants with titles. You can actually capture them. There are also lucky pals, as we saw in the tutorial just before. Lucky pals are shiny variants of pals. There is no further known information about them. And finally, we've got fusion pals, which is under breeding. Some pals can be created by breeding 2 specific species together. So for example, that lightning guy that we saw before, the lightning dragon guy. Now we don't know too much about alpha pals, lucky pals, and fusion pals, but what we do know is alpha pals are OP, and you can catch them, and they are massive. So, I don't know about you, but I'm going to be catching some. Another big detail that's coming out to Palworld is when your pal dies, it's literally gone forever. Like, you cannot get it back. Another thing that we mentioned earlier, pals can also be sold for money or slaughtered for food. So that begs the question, how are we going to sell pals for money if it's illegal? Now, I'll tell you how. You could argue in players, but I think there's going to be some sort of black market that allows you to sell your pals on some sort of black market Pokédex or something. I have no clue, but that's my speculation. There's going to be some sort of underground evil base that you can go to where you can sell your pals and you can slaughter them as well. Another thing as well, which I've actually never heard of until recently, there will be likely different types of pal spheres. If you remember those Pokeball-like things, if you go on the Wikipedia, you can actually see there are 2 different types of pal spheres so far. Yeah, on the Wikipedia, it shows pal spheres, which are like normal Pokeballs, and then you've also got mega spheres, which I'm assuming they're like great balls. They're like better versions of normal pal spheres. Okay, and lastly, each pal will have unique fighting styles and also building styles. For example, fire types being able to cook, lightning types being able to provide power, water types being able to grow crops, and more. Overall, I think Palworld's going to be an amazing game that hopefully lives up to the hype it has brought us. But yeah, on a serious, if you guys want to learn any more information about the game yourself, I'd definitely recommend watching all 45 videos of the PAL deck. There is a lot of information on there which I might have overlooked. Or you could just simply go on the Wikipedia on Palworld and do some research yourself. But I'll be honest, don't sweat. This game will literally be releasing in a month from now, which is January, as early access. So we will literally get all of the details then. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to share. If there's anything I've missed out, let me know down in the comments below. And if this has helped you out a lot, then consider subscribing, baby. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next.